You were born with blood already on your name, not your blood, not your mother's, your father's. He was the executioner, the man who swung the axe when kings demanded heads, the man who tied ropes when thieves were sentenced to hang, the man who burned women accused of witchcraft to the villagers. He was not a man, he was a monster. And to them you were his child, that meant you were cursed. From the moment you could walk, the children of the village would not play with you. Their mothers yanked them away, whispering, "Don't touch her, she carries death on her skin." You sat alone while others laughed. You drank from separate cups. Even the church pew where you knelt was half empty. No one wanted to sit beside the executioner's daughter. You asked your father once, "Why do they hate us?" He said nothing. He just stared at his hands, hands calloused from rope, stained from blood that never washed away. When you were 10, you learned what your father truly did. He took you to the edge of the town square and made you watch. A man was dragged up, trembling, accused of theft. Your father raised his axe. The crowd jeered. And with one heavy swing, the man's head rolled into the straw. You screamed, the crowd cheered. And from that day on, you could never forget the sound of necks breaking, the sight of faces going pale. But for the villagers, you were guilty too. They spat near your feet, muttered curses when you walked past, executioners, brat devils. Daughter, at 14, you felt your first taste of cruelty. A boy older cornered you in the alley. "Daughter of death," he sneered. "Does the devil kiss you too?" You tried to run. He grabbed your hair. The crowd laughed instead of helping. To them, hurting you wasn't a crime, it was justice. You escaped that night, but not your shame. By 15, you were of marrying age, or so your father hoped. But no man wanted you. No family wanted ties with blood-soaked hands. Suitors came, but when they learned your name, they vanished. To the world, you were untouchable. Your father aged, but his work never stopped. When nobles demanded more deaths, he obeyed. When the church demanded burnings, he obeyed. And every time people cursed his name, they cursed yours too. You carried shame like a cloak you could never remove. Then came the year of famine. Hungry crowds filled the square demanding bread. The Lord ordered executions to scare them into silence. Your father obeyed. He cut down starving men who had stolen loaves. The crowd screamed for his blood. One night they came to your house with torches. You and your father fled into the forest. That night you saw fear in your father's eyes, the same fear you had carried your whole life. Months later, a plague swept through the town. The villagers begged priests, begged healers, but when their neighbors died, who buried them? Who handled the corpses no one else would touch? Not the lords, not the priests, the executioner. Your father buried hundreds, and you helped him, digging, dragging, choking on the stench of rotting flesh, but no one thanked you. Instead, they spat that the devil's family was spreading death. When your father grew sick, the same villagers who once demanded his axe now refused him medicine. He died in his bed, shaking, whispering that he was sorry you had to carry his curse. You thought maybe, just maybe, they would show pity to his orphaned daughter. They didn't. The day after his death, they dragged you from the house, screaming that no executioner's blood would live in their village. They left you at the edge of the forest, barefoot, starving, forgotten. You wandered for days, eating roots, drinking from muddy streams, until one morning you collapsed, too weak to rise. Birds circled overhead. Your last thought before the darkness swallowed you was simple: "I was born guilty for a crime I never committed." No prayers were said, no grave was dug. You vanished into the earth, nameless, faceless, the cursed daughter of the executioner. And that was your story, born into blood, raised in shame, banished by fear. So next time someone tells you medieval life was full of honor, faith, and justice, remind them, sometimes it was nothing but cruelty and superstition, and nothing sucked harder than being the daughter of an executioner.